So we all know that a few months back, Amazon completely took away our ability to see what we're selling each day, and we've all hated that, right? So I included a feature in my sales extension, my Chrome extension called cha-ching sales, that kind of approximates it and brings some of that back. So let's take a look at it. Of course, if you don't have it pinned yet, pin it up here in your browser, and then click it, and then go to sales history right here. And what this does is it gives you a list of all the products that you've been selling. And you can filter this in various ways. You can filter it by your country, so you can see just what's selling in the US, or just Canada, or whatever countries you have downloaded. Or you can see according to on-site or off-site, the time frame. If you just want to look at this year only, you can sort it by that. Or if you want to look at previous years, you can do that. Or check out this one. If you sort it by recent fetch, this is the one that I want to talk about today, because by sorting it by recent fetch, here's what it does. It compares all the data that we've accumulated for the year so far, and then compares all that to all the data that we've accumulated so far minus yesterday, and shows you the difference. Basically, what it's saying is this is the data that was found yesterday from your account. Now, of course, it's still based on whether it's sold at least 4 for the year. But by comparing it yesterday's to the rest of the year, we can find things that sold just yesterday, if that makes sense. So for example, this item right here, typically it wouldn't be shown on just the 1-day report because it only sold 1. But prior to selling that 1, at some point in the past, from the rest of the year, I sold at least 4. So it therefore knows that I sold 1 yesterday. That's pretty cool. It's also going to show some creator connections campaigns where the money finally rolled in. The data for those will be on a previous day, but it shows that you sold enough to make a creator connection sale. So I made 24, even though it says unit 0. That 1 or 4 or whatever it was from previous days would have been on a previous report. But going down, I can see that I actually sold 7 of the weed whackers yesterday. Of course, that would have been on the report anyway because it's over 4. But I sold 3 of the color laser printers. So comparing it to the rest of the year, in previous days, previous months, I sold more than 4. So therefore, subtracting the difference out, it shows that I yesterday sold 3 of those. That's not bad for one day. Must have been a business or something, buying 3 at the same time. Sold 4 of these black lights. Of course, that would have been a report anyway because it's already more than 4. But I sold 1 of this wagon because in previous days, previous months, I must have sold 4 more of those, or at least 4 more of those. So it was able to subtract out the difference and show that I sold 1. So of course, this is only going to show you this data if in previous days, in previous months, you've sold more than 4 prior to yesterday. But this can give you an idea of what you sold yesterday, which is what we all want to know, right? Like, what is actually selling today? What is actually selling so that I can make more content for this, or track my sales, or know, get an idea at least of what is being sold today, right? Now, we can't approximate the data if we have less than 4 sales for the year, but this kind of adds it all together so that we can know what's selling for us today. So I hope this feature is going to be useful to you because this is kind of what we want, right? Get an idea of not just what's sold 4 or more yesterday, but what's sold at least 1 or 2 yesterday. And this is, I think, the best way that we can do that. So once again, you're going to go to your sales history page, and you're going to go to the recent fetch for the time frame. Okay. In this version, also, I haven't mentioned this, but you can also now add labels to your products. So, for example, if you want to track certain products and give them a label, you can say add a label. So I can say I'm going to say that this is, I don't know, like something my VA found for me, or something like VA found. So I would be able to add that as a label. And if I have a whole bunch of these that were found by that label, I can just sort by that. And that way, if I'm wanting to track certain kinds of labels, you can do that very easily via that label feature. Another cool thing that I added just recently was in the dashboard here. This is a favorite thing that I like to track, but I added these, not just the graphs per month, but you can actually see if you pull out the extra data, if you go through previous months and make sure all this data is loaded via the history table down here, you can actually see and compare to previous months from previous years. So here's my August so far compared to my August last year. Kind of neck and neck at this point, but got another week left of August, so hopefully that pulls ahead this year. And you can see that I've made more this year compared to the same month last year in every case that we can see here. We can also change this to pie charts, so you can see very clearly on pie charts. You can compare months, as this does, so you can see how you're doing per month. So my July was less than my June, as most of us are. My August so far is less than my July, but we do have, like I said, another week, so hopefully that pulls ahead for July as well. You can also compare years as well, so you can see it at a glance how you're doing year over year over year. And you can change this in various ways. You can compare just 2 if you want. Then you can compare just year over year like that. Or in the same way, you can compare year over year with a bar chart as well, or instead. I also like to change, not just have the normal, okay, so this was the normal way. You can see it like that, but you can actually add custom groups, and you can give each your own color. And I love that I can, by doing custom groups, you can also change and give one custom group the name international and select just the international as well. That way you can see very clearly what your international sales were. That's pretty cool. So yeah, I love the bar charts and the pie charts. Great way to track your progress over time as well. If you haven't done this yet, you probably should get a channel monetized and add your monetized channels up here as well. That way you can see all of your income in one place. That's really kind of the goal for this whole thing, is to see your income in one place. But really, I just wanted to focus today on that sales fetch, because the fetch history, a really cool feature in that you can just very easily see what you're making per day, or what you were able to sell yesterday via this feature. So let me know if you have any questions about that. I hope these tools are as useful to you as they are to me. We're all in this together. If I can do it, you can do it too. I'm just an average guy.